Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Welcome to our channel. We are students from a library management program, Faculty of Information Management, UiTM Puncak Perdana Campus. For your information, on 5 January 2021, under IMC451, Organization of Information, we had been asked by our lecturer, Dr. Noor Zaidi bin Sahid, to prepare a group proposal describing about one of information agency that we choose. After some discussion with other teammates, we decided to come out and make a proposal about some upgraded and changes on University Malaysia Pahang library, or also known as UMP library. Our group consists of 5 members. I am Zuraini binti Zahasimi, and the other team members that will present later are Uodia Anak Nuraliya binti Ghazali, Rabiatul Adawiyah binti Rozhan, and Iffa Nadia binti Azlan. In this group project proposal, we will clarify about the changes on the summary of UMP library, UMP background, the target audience, project rationale, the functional requirement, the information package, running activities that can be made by UMP library, and the floor plan. The details will be presented by my other teammates. Hope this will give you guys some idea and knowledge about the library organization and management.
First of all, I would like to say Selamat Sejahtera to Dr. Zaidi, and this video is I will tell about a little bit of summary and a little bit of the background of the information agency that we had decided to choose for our this project. But before that, my name is Uodia Anak, and so I start now. Okay, library play a vital role in providing people with reliable content, which means it encourage and promote the process of learning and grasping the knowledge. For example, when we read more, our social skills and academics performance will improve. So there might be many different uses of library. For example, children use it to gain the information on their studies or to develop their habits in reading. Okay, so another example is the professionals. Professional might use it to receive more knowledge for their profession, or to gain the more information on their research. Okay, so there might be public officials use it for the research. Okay, so in short, so we cannot deny that the libraries are indeed a great place to gain the knowledge. So, but the world has become digitized. It is now easier to browse through a library and get what you are looking for. In this modern world, libraries have certain missions that they serve. So, over the years, libraries have changed from being a simple repositories of printed books and materials. So instead, now library has become home to ever-changing technologies such as community meeting and multitude of other things. In addition, previously known as a house of materials, printed materials. So in this group project, our team member decided to choose University Malaysia Pahang, which is UMP library, as our model, which is one of the best example in serving and managing their libraries in Malaysia. In 2009, the library was moved to the new building, an area of 6,000 square meters, and able to provide comfort for the 1,200 users at any one time. So after years of operation in Gambang, the library has received permanent building in the Pekan campus. With an area of 16,000 square meters, the new building is able to accommodate more 3,000 users at one time. Even though they had moved to a new building, but the library at the Kambang are still operating as usual for the users. Nowadays, UMP Library has a copy of the printed material which has more than 120,000 copies, which is approximately of 100,000 copies. Ebooks titles comprised of one-time purchase and subscribed ebooks and 24 subscribed database and journals. So with the new open source integrated library system Koha, users can retrieve information regarding materials needed are available in the library. So as I mentioned just now, we use UMP library as our model as a guideline or example to be the best in managing their services and their management in library. So in this group project, we have our own vision, mission, and objective to upgrade the new best to providing the best services. Okay, so in this project, our vision is to be a world-class library, user-friendly information services. Okay, this mission is to provide the knowledge management in a best way to support the education system and services. So our objectives is, the first one is to apply the latest technology in management and requirements, and the second one is to act as a education hub. That is the most importantly, and the last one, the most important, is to meet the user satisfaction needs. Okay, and for the client charter, we are determined to provide latest, accurate, and user-friendly information services. By the first one is be able to access the various types of collection with no limitation. The second one is the giving feedback to quick reference questions. The third one is ensure the borrowing and returning book services are user-friendly provided. And the fourth one is to ensure the user satisfaction needs. And the last one is up-to-date latest technology and services.
Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. Zaidi and everyone. First of all, I am truly sorry because I can't record my face throughout my explanation because my face swollen too much due to my toothache. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Nuraliya binti Ghazali. I can't show my face in this video, so this is my picture. I will explain about target audience and project rationale. Firstly, we are doing this project based on University Malaysia Pahang libraries. As for its target audience, according to Mason, it is divided into two groups, which are primary groups and other group of user. So, the primary groups include students, employees, librarians, and researchers. As in University Malaysia Pahang's library, the primary user are the students from this university itself. They are employees either from faculty or departments, the librarians and the researchers. By providing the resources related to the faculty's need and considering their requirement in view, this group becomes the main target of audience of University Malaysia Pahang's library. Next is other groups, which consist of the users who use academic library occasionally. The other target of your audience for University Malaysia Pahang's library are other groups, including business people doing databases searches, visiting faculty, members of industries, and members of the community. By doing an attractive activities such as inviting the author of the book carnival, or having students from school visits and touring the library can help and show society and community the importance and how the libraries act as sources of knowledge for everyone. From that, it shows that the target audience for a University Malaysia Pahang library are mainly for primary users, which involve the student, lecturer, researchers and the members of the faculty itself. Other than that, by attracting other group of users that will use academic libraries such as community surrounding and society will help University Malaysia Pahang's library to broaden the uses of academic libraries and to attract more people to seek and use resources from the libraries more in the future. So move on to the project rationale of this project proposal. In order to develop specialized knowledge and skills related to organization of information and academic libraries, these project proposals are written. It is well known that academic libraries have been built up to ease and provide resources suitable with the faculty's need. From that, these proposals are being written by the group members after observing University Malaysia Pahang's library from every aspects, from its background, information packages until the activities held by them. The group members come up with sharing ideas to upgrade some important parts of this library, such as its information packages, which includes the arrangement, classification of collection and retrieval tools used in this University Malaysia Pahang's library. Other than that, the functional requirement, the activities that will attract the society and main audience, and also the upgraded floor plan of UMP's library. This project also comes with suggestion for University Malaysia Pahang's library to broaden its view not only for users from the faculty and its department but also for society.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rabiatul Adawiyah, binti Rozhan. My part is I would like to explain about the functional requirement of the library. As we know, a library is a curated collection of the information sources and related sources chosen by expert and available for references or borrowing by established group, often in a calm and study-friendly atmosphere. It gives physical or digital access to content and can be physical or visual or also both. It is important to define the actual needs of the center, for example, the planned size of the collection and the key user before making any decision on the layout and implementation of a documentation center. The functional requirement of the library can be divided by 4 categories. The first one is the physical requirement. Second is the equipment requirement. Third is the staff of the library, and the last one is building structure. For the first category, which is physical requirement, there are management resources such as furniture, appliances, construction materials, and libraries' other physical surrounding. This is called physical planning to highlight the prevailing essence of the plan feature in this respect are climates and materials. A library is a good and user-friendly as it display and represented. The situating building layout, furniture and equipment, physical equipment and environment contribute significantly to the improvement of the service quality. Not only it is physical environment important in the marketing of library service. The process of creating physical installation and the environment include comprehensive preparatory activity following a program planning, room allocation and usage, equipment selection, installing and moving. Pre-planning involves material collection, intermediary visit to the other libraries, meeting and college, and expert workshop, exhibit, conference and lecture. Second is equipment requirement. When we talk about the equipment needed for the library, of course this is the most important thing that we need to make sure our library is one of the places that enough for furniture and equipment. But whatever it is, still depends on the budget that provided by the organization. Not all the equipment is easy to get, but as long as equipment is enough and easy, it doesn't matter to us when we want to use it. For example, we can have equipment, security, circulation equipment, books, utility trucks, facilities management, library tables, personal computer, stationery staff, and also on. All the equipment is enabled to run all the activities in the library. The tools also enables us to access the complete text of the resources and information that part of the library collection. Next, it's about staffing of the library. The best and quality of library service and resources is directly depends on the library staff. To meet the teaching and learning about library staff and duty, it is essential to have staff who are well trained and enthusiastic and also knowledgeable of service, policies, resources, and university needs. Libraries need staff for running the operation, all the activities and facilities to meeting their mission and vision of the library. The staff required for this function are located at various levels of library management. It is divided into 3 grades, which is technical, paraprofessional, and non-professional. And the last one is about building structure. One of the essential organizational tasks is the design and development of the library buildings. This is include an appreciation of the user needs, priorities, and library function. A successful library building expresses the function performed within the library clearly and directly. Due to the extreme type of work to be done, and especially while it's include for study, construction of library building should be planned and designed for everyone can feel comfort and rest. As a building of University Malaysia Pahang UMP, we have planned to make this library has 2 floors to show that greatness and spaciousness that can provide convenience for all parties who will use it. The design of the furniture layout is a subfield of interior design under the umbrella of the room planning. That's all from me. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi, I am Zuraini binti Zahasimi. I will explain to you about the information package that should be held in UMP Library. Under information package, I list out 3 sections, which are collection, development, and management in UMP Library, information organization of UMP Library, and retrieval tools that should be used in UMP Library. UMP Library, first and foremost, UMP Library should come out with a collection of books and materials that associate with lecturers, staff, and students in the university. UMP need to make a better planning for the library. As we know, planning is a process that necessary or required in the most of all organization or company in order to achieving their target in the next goals or activities. A better planning or formal planning should be implemented in the UMP library to clarify the methods that should be used in current, future, and able to handle and manage the situation or incoming problems. We jump to first point. For the first point or the first process in the collection, development, and management is selecting, purchasing, and renewal process are handled by UMP acquisition and serial unit. Acquisition is an essential activity, and it needs to be done continuously to fulfill the information satisfaction of library users and achieving library goals. In selection, UMP library director can delegate the selection process to other librarians by divides them into the specific books or material formats. For instance, For instance, a group of staff can be divided or manage the printed books and materials. They will divide it by the several groups or small groups, small section or parts that handle the academic books, the bibliographies, almanac, and the other printed materials. It is same goes to the electronic books and material form. These methods also will help the librarians and staff to enhance the UMP productivity in organize the collection of the library. Okay, we will go to the next process. The next process is purchasing. In purchasing, the library budget is the thing that needs to be focused on. When we do purchasing, of course, the printed books will be, and the other printed materials might be costly rather than the electronic form. To overcome this problem, the library for the printed form, the UMP library can purchase it with the vendors or publishers that offer the correct discounts to the libraries, and the materials should be informational and usable by the librarian staff, lecturers, and students. Librarians also can edit their collection by accepting or from the donate books or materials, but at the same time, the librarians should control the materials that to accordance to the specification that the UMP library has a limit on. So in this case, the library do not have to prepare a budget, and in order to increase the budget, the UMP library also may get the income or the budget or collect the budget by handle some activities that might be profitable to the library, so they're able to circulate the money in order to add or renewal process and do the preservation of the collection in the library. Okay, now we'll go to the next process. The next process is cataloging and classification process. The three major steps that involve are allocating access points, subject headings, and classification numbers. These steps are to make the books or materials will be easy to be accessed and retrieved. For UMP library, the cataloging process should be done in both ways, in automated method and the traditional methods of the cataloging. For UMP library, the traditional method might be suitable for backup the automated method. It is because the traditional method takes a long time to only produce for one book. It means that for one book, it takes time to produce a catalog card. Okay, we will go to the automated method. UMP library can use the machine readable catalog, MARC or MARC, that allows the standard bibliographic record of books and the other catalog formats to be manipulated in a standard way by computers and to facilitate the exchange. Online catalogs provide additional possibilities for browsing, and these systems can help them to communicate with another libraries. Okay. In classification is the use of a system of notation or symbols that help to categorize the content of a resource. It is used to provide logical shelf arrangement, such as the call numbers. The content in the classification, it is contain some specific notation that will help the arrangement of document on the shelf. The notation are including any combination of letters or numbers that represent the crucial information about the materials. This process will help user to search the shelf to find their materials needed in the library. As for the UMP library, it is better to use LLC, Library of Congress classification, because it is suitable to UMP library because it has a greater subject specialized compared to the DB decimal classification, DDC, that only have 10 classes. LLC also, for your information, LLC also made the conversion from only use in print product to machine readable form in 1996. That was done by Mark 21 classification format. The conversion enabled the LLC to be consulted whether in printed or the online form. Okay, the next process is circulation system. Circulation system will record the lending and return of books or materials from the borrowers. In UMP library, the circulation department is incorporated with the media unit to delivering information and provide services to the users. Since the UMP libraries have two different branches in Pahang, the main library in Pekan might have more services compared to the Gambang branches. UMP Library Circulation Department is focused on the counter service, which is to ensure the materials and facilities provided are accessible by the users, and the library should be also implement an automated circulation system. The automated circulation system will able to help the librarians to verify that the borrower is registered and qualified for a service, monitor the borrow item, and circulation statistic, indicate the items whether it is available or not, notify the borrowers and staff the due of the items, automatically calculate the fines and supports the self-checkout. This system will make the process transactions in circulation services more efficient and accurate. In order to upgrading the facilities under the department, the library should have some leisure space for students and academic staff, have some place to chill out, so that the library functions might be known as the place that people can release their stress, not only for the books or materials. The leisure space can have the televisions or some board games that able to enhance the user knowledge. Okay, now we will go to the last process. The last process is weeding and maintenance. Weeding and maintenance are needed to be implemented in order to maintain and ensure that the books and or the materials meets the user needs. The UMP library staff or the collection manager should make sure that the collection in the library is up to date by adding, removing, and manage the outdated, damaged, duplicate, and unused book from the shelf. The collection in current, enticing, make space for the new materials and offers the constant assessment of the library materials and its use. UMP library can classify the books and materials that need to be reading in two groups. The first one is the books and materials that in use, and the second one is the unused materials. In this both group, the librarians will able to repair and reuse it, or if the materials can not be repaired or unrepairable, the essential materials can be kept or preserved in archive, retain the content if the content are still important and reusable, or it can also be weed out the unwanted or the damaged materials. For the special and exclusive collection that are in a good collection, such as the manuscript or almanac, the source need to be preserved because it is valuable, irreplaceable, and a rare document to the library. Okay, now I will explain to you about the information organization in the UMP library. As I mentioned before, UMP library have classified into two groups, which is the used and unused materials. The essential, reusable, valuable, and physically in a good condition materials will be stored and keep in the archive. The remaining materials will be weed out. Archive room in the UMP library will preserve these materials. The materials in UMP library archive may be accessible at the library via UMP library portal, or certain can be lent out for the home use. UMP library is suitable to use the RDA standard, or it is called Resource Description Access Standard. It is because RDA supports the discovery, identification, and employment of information resources. RDA is also capable to disrupt, and it have an ability to improve, change, and transform the cataloging process. RDA is relevant to be implemented in UMP library cataloging process because RDA is designed to provide a flexible and expandable structure that can be compatible for all types of contents and media within the rapidly changing technological environment. Okay, UMP library also can expand and free up the shelf space by adding the new items or arrival, developing the collection plans with the other academic libraries, which means they can become a partner libraries. UMP library able to work together with the other academic libraries and share their collections. The books or materials can be accessed by the staff and students using the academic library online system by provide their ID identification number or their IC identification card. UMP library also can design and build some space for the additional stocks or books and materials to expand their storage. UMP library use the online public access catalog, or called as OPAC, to provide facilities for assist the library users. Can be accessed in the library through the UMP library online website. OPAC can help users to carry out the online catalog searches and check the availability materials that the users need in the library. Retrieval tools used to facilitate the storage and retrieval process. The retrieval tools that UMP should use are catalogs, classification scheme, index and bibliography. The catalog designed to assist library user to find a book or materials, show the library holdings, and at the same time help the users to make a choice of the collections. A classification scheme is used to organizing bibliographic items on the library shelf, and can be used in the library or also can use in electronic form. Index make the information can be traced more quickly in a particular subject but not the other materials in the library, only specific for one book or a material, not for the whole library. Bibliography is a list of work, books or other materials which are able to identify and locate the information required. That's all from me.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Iffa Nadia binti Azlan, and I'm going to talk about the floor plans and running activities. So this library is based on UMP library, and I will explain the running activities on each floor. Okay, the first one is on the ground floor. We can have a book fiesta or book sale in front of the library building, and within the book fiesta we can have a meet and greet the author that can be held on the auditorium on the second floor. After that, we can have a games for the children like scramble games or word hunt activities in this area. After that, we can have the showcase, the collaboration with the AADK and KKM about the drugs or the dengue. After that, we have storytelling activities in the 24 hours room for the child activity. However, during the pandemics, the parents can choose a digital storytelling in our library database. Okay. After that, we can go to the second floor. We have the seminar room, the AV room, the postgraduate room, file room, and thesis collection. We also have one discussion room. In our computer lab, we can have a computer class, which we doing a programming class, coding class, and how to use Photoshop. A member of the library can have a discount fee if they want to join this class, like perhaps 25% of the usual fee other than non-members. Next is we have the last floor, the second floor. On the second floor, we have the auditorium and the second seminar room. So the auditorium and the seminar room, we are sometimes can collaborating with the other schools. They can have the UPSR, PT3, and SPM seminar here. Okay, after that, we can also have a visit library day. Usually, the visit library day is from the prefect library, the librarian of the school, or from the literacy club. So it is our responsibility to expose them, to teach them, and to tell them what the service are given and the benefit of our library. So I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, in conclusion, we can conclude that all the statements that my team members have just suggestion or need to be improved, whether it is by UMP library or whether it is for our local library or our library, because the good process and management in building the collection are currently important, especially to this era, especially to this digitized era, especially with the new modern and up-to-date technologies, okay, that need to be implemented in the libraries, which have been widely used in our society. So therefore, the effective and good planning are important to make the collections in the UMP library in order to become more reliable and accessible, whether it is by their staff, students, or maybe by the public, in order to promote the academic institution to the public. Okay, that's all from our groups. Thank you for listening. Bye.